Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today we embark on a journey into the art and science of effective communication, the secrets to speaking with power and persuasion. Imagine for a moment the impact you could have if every word you spoke carried weight, if every presentation captivated and inspired your audience. Communication is not just about conveying information, it's about creating connection, influencing decisions, and shaping outcomes. Whether you're addressing a room full of colleagues, clients, or friends, your ability to communicate effectively can make all the difference between success and mediocrity. Today we unveil the principles that can elevate your communication skills to new heights. These are not mere techniques, but time-tested strategies employed by the most influential speakers throughout history. By understanding and applying these secrets, you will empower yourself to command attention, convey your message with clarity, and move others to action. Join me as we uncover the keys to speaking with power and persuasion. Together, let's unlock your potential to become a masterful communicator capable of leaving a lasting impact in every interaction. Every word, movement, and pause in human conversation is important. But there is one skill that can move mountains, alter fates, and start a spark of change. People, that skill is called oratory. Oratory is more than just learning how to speak in public. It's the science of moving people's hearts, minds, and connecting people from different places. From the Roman forums to the digital stages of today, being able to get your point across clearly has always been an important part of being a leader and having impact. And having what, though, makes a speaker not only good, but also memorable? Is it the way they speak, the strength of their ideas, or the way they make you feel? The answer is complicated, but it starts with something much easier. Realizing that public speaking is, at its core, a way to connect with other people. Just picture Martin Luther King Jr. standing in front of a huge crowd, his words filled with the power of a dream that would change the world. Or think of Malala Yousafzai, a young girl whose words, laden with courage, became a global symbol of the fight for education and equality. These speakers and many others like them show us that oratory is more than speaking. It is inspiring. It is transforming. As we move forward on this journey together, we invite you to explore with us the fundamentals of this powerful skill. We will learn not only to speak, but to influence with words, to present our ideas with clarity and power, and most importantly, to connect with those we wish to inspire. Once we have recognized the importance of oratory as a bridge to understanding and influence, the next step is to face the blank canvas, the planning and preparation of our message. But how do we transform a torrent of ideas into a coherent and captivating speech? Join me and take notes to find out. Step 1, write down the goal. Every strong speech starts with a clear goal. Ask yourself, what do I want to get out of this? Could it be to inform, persuade, inspire, or something else? This goal will be your compass, leading every word you write. Let's say you are planning to give a speech about how important it is to protect the earth. Your goal could be to get people to care about the effects of climate change and take action. With this goal in mind, every part of your speech will work together to reach it. Step 2, know your audience. A speech is not a monologue. It's a conversation with your audience. Research who they are, what interests them, and what they need to know. By tailoring your message to your audience, you ensure it is relevant and resonant. Returning to our example of sustainability, if you are speaking to university students, you might focus on specific actions they can take on their campus. But if your audience consists of business professionals, you might highlight sustainable practices in the corporate realm. Step 3, put your information in order. A well-organized speech is like a trip. It has an exciting start, an interesting middle, and an interesting end. Begin with an interesting hook. Build your case with clear reasoning and proof, and end with a strong call to action that sticks in people's minds. For practice, write a short outline about the sustainable topic we talked about earlier. Begin with an interesting question, then list 3 long-lasting things that everyone can do. And finally, ask your audience to make a promise to do one of them today. Simplified planning and preparation not only speed up the process of making something, but they also make your speech more powerful. With these clear steps, you can turn your thoughts into strong words that get heard and move people to act and make changes. Now that we have a solid base of planning and preparation, we can talk about one of the hardest things for many speakers, their fear of public speaking. However, what if I told you that the key to getting over this fear and building unwavering confidence is inside of you? Come with me in a moment to find out how. Strategy 1, positive visualization. Imagine for a moment that you are standing in front of your audience. Instead of nervousness, you feel a serene calm. Every word you say is received with interest and admiration. This practice of visualizing yourself succeeding is a powerful tool. Before your next presentation, spend a few minutes imagining it going exactly as you wish. Think of great athletes before a competition. Many of them visualize their perfect performance. It's no different for speakers. Visualization prepares your mind for success, increasing your confidence when you actually step onto the stage. Strategy 2, get ready completely. Being competent gives you confidence. Knowing your subject inside and out makes you less stressed and better prepared for unplanned events. You should practice your speech more than once in a variety of places. When it comes to confidence, the more you know about your information, the better. Think about an artist before a show. They need to practice a lot to feel comfortable on stage. Each time you practice your speech, it's like a note in the symphony of your talk. Strategy 3, practice, practice, practice. Practice not only makes perfect, it makes a confident speaker. Speak in front of a mirror, record your presentations, and seek opportunities to speak in public. Each experience is an additional layer of confidence in your armor. Start with small, friendly audiences, perhaps a family gathering or a group of friends, then gradually increase the size and formality of your audience. Remember, practice makes a confident speaker. Confidence in public speaking is a journey, not a destination. With each step you take, from positive visualization to relentless practice, you are building the mindset of a successful speaker. Remember, the fear of public speaking is not a stop sign. It's simply an indicator that there is a path of growth ahead. Picture yourself for a moment in front of a group of people. Everyone is ready for the same old things, but you're about to change things up. Let's talk about how to begin your speech in a way that not only gets people's attention right away, but also sets the tone for the rest of the speech. It's not just a method to start with impact, it's an art. The first minute of your talk is very important. It's your only chance to get people interested in what you have to say and convince them that they can't miss it. Strategy 1, the provocative question. Have you ever wondered why the sky is blue? Starting with a question that immediately stimulates your audience's curiosity can be incredibly effective. I invite you to think of a question related to your topic that sparks interest, one your audience can't help but want to answer. Strategy 2. Today, more people have access to a cell phone than a toilet. This is a shocking fact. A shocking figure can be a powerful and enlightening way to start, putting your audience right in the middle of the topic from the start. Strategy 3, the personal story. Let me tell you about the day that changed my life completely. Sharing a personal anecdote invites your audience on an emotional journey with you. It's a way to build an instant connection, making them feel like they are part of your story. It always seems impossible until it's done, Nelson Mandela said, which is a powerful quote that can help you stay motivated. Starting with words that already have a lot of power and knowledge can give your presentation instant credibility and help you put your message in a bigger, more inspiring picture. No matter which strategy you choose, the goal is clear. Shake your audience out of complacency and transport them to a state of mind where they are open, curious, and eager to hear more. This is the power of an impactful start. With these techniques in your arsenal, you're ready to transform any presentation into an unforgettable experience from the very first moment. Remember, the art of capturing attention is just the beginning. Keeping that attention is where your story comes to life. Now, let's explore how the ancient art of storytelling and the clever use of metaphors can turn your presentation into an unforgettable experience. Stories are the connective tissue of human experience. Since time immemorial, we have used narratives to convey knowledge, evoke emotions, and forge connections. By integrating a personal or historical story into your speech, you not only capture attention, but also anchor your message in your audience's memory. Let's say you're talking about sticking with something for a moment. You don't just list facts or give tips. You tell the story of someone who overcame big problems to reach their goal. At that moment, determination is no longer just an idea. It's a real inspiring experience. After that, there are metaphors. These aren't just fancy words. They're strong ways to make things clearer and easier to understand. A good metaphor can help explain a hard or vague idea by connecting it to something real and understandable. One way to look at this is by comparing life to a boat trip. Not only does this metaphor bring up vivid pictures, but it also lets you talk about themes like direction, challenges, and finding out more about yourself. A metaphor changes the way we see and understand the world in this way. When choosing stories or metaphors for your presentation, ensure they are relevant to your main topic and resonate with your audience. Relevance is the key to impact. And remember, simplicity often carries the most weight. Stories and metaphors are much more than mere decorations in the art of speaking. They are essential for capturing and maintaining attention, for moving hearts and minds. By integrating them into your presentations, you are not just sharing information. You are inviting your audience on a journey, one they will just go long after the words have been spoken. Did you know that your voice and body are powerful instruments in the art of oratory? They not only convey our message, but can also capture and maintain our audience's attention in a deep and meaningful way. Vocal and physical variations can transform an ordinary presentation into an extraordinary experience. The voice comes first. Changing your voice, speed, and tone can make your speech more interesting and emotional. You can show excitement or urgency by raising your tone, or you can show seriousness or thought by dropping it. The audience stays interested and waits for your next words when you change the pace. For example, you can speed up to show excitement or slow down to emphasize something. Let's work on it. Pick a line from your next speech. First, say it slowly and in a steady voice. Then do it again. But this time, change the tone and speed of your voice. Take note of the change. Do you notice how the same line sounds and feels different now? When it comes to body language, it can be just as powerful as what you say. A look, a gesture, or the way you move on stage can show that you're confident and open. And it can also help you connect with your audience on an emotional level. For instance, stepping forward can make a point, and opening your arms can show that you are open and welcome. Imagine that you are promoting success. As you do this, raise your hands to show that you've won. People will feel good when they see this simple movement, which will reinforce your message through action. Experiment with different postures and gestures during your rehearsals. Record yourself if possible and observe how your body language complements or distracts from your message. With practice, you will learn to use your body in a way that strengthens your words, creating a cohesive and captivating experience for your audience. Voice and body are extraordinary tools that, when used with intention and attention, can take your oratory to new heights. Remember, how you say something can be as important as what you say. By integrating vocal and bodily variations into your presentations, you will not only capture attention, but also keep your audience deeply engaged from start to finish. As you approach the end of your presentation, it's time to seal the message in the minds and hearts of your audience. A strong and memorable ending isn't just the end of a speech, it's the end of a trip, the last note of a symphony that will be heard long after our words have faded. To make a strong ending, we need to be able to summarize our main points, connect with our audience on an emotional level, and leave them with a clear action to take. It's not just what you say, but also how you make people feel. Make sure you remember the main ideas by starting your end with a short summary of the most important things we've talked about together. Don't stop there, though. Now is the time to show how those points affect your audience's heart. Right now, a strong tool could be a personal story with meaning, an inspiring quote, or even a question that asks you to think. Let me leave you with this question, or as it was said, these things can help people not only understand your message, but also feel it. And finally, close with a clear and powerful call to action. Make it specific, achievable, and relevant. Today I ask you to, it's your opportunity to transform inspiration into action, to move your audience from contemplation to tangible change. A strong and memorable closing is a promise that the word shared today can be the beginning of something new and beautiful. It's your legacy as a speaker, the mark you leave on the soul of your audience. So the next time you stand in front of a group of people, remember, end not only with words, but with a message that endures. On the journey to becoming an exceptional communicator, every word we speak, every story we tell, every gesture we make not only shares a message, but also reveals a part of who we are. Now we delve even deeper into this journey, advancing towards mastery. We will go over the basics again, and then move on to more advanced techniques and deep strategies that will change Not only how we show, but also how we connect with, persuade, and motivate our audience. This is the place for people who want to stand out and inspire others, who want to be heard and remembered. The goal is clear. Improve your speaking to a level of excellence and authenticity that comes through in every word, stop, and glance. This is true whether you want to get better at telling stories, understanding body language better, or using visual aids more effectively in your presentations. Now, mastering the content means more than just knowing the main points of your talk. It means really understanding it, so you can move around in it, answer questions with confidence, and change your message based on how the audience reacts. For a moment, picture yourself in front of a crowd and someone asks you a question you didn't expect. If you really know your stuff, you can connect that question to a bigger part of your subject and make your answer more clear by using examples, facts, and stories that are related. When you really know something, you can not only react, but also learn, connect, and make things better. How can we achieve this level of understanding? First, immerse yourself in your topic. Read extensively beyond the basic sources. Seek different perspectives, study real cases, and stay updated with the latest research and debates. Then practice teaching your content to others. The ability to explain your topic to someone unfamiliar with it not only tests your understanding, but also helps you clarify your own ideas and identify areas that require deeper comprehension. Finally, reflect on the broader implications of your topic. How does it connect with global trends, human experience, and fundamental questions about who we are and where we're going? This level of analysis not only enriches your presentation, but also elevates it, offering your audience a truly transformative experience. In the end, what makes you a great speaker is your mastery of the material. What you know isn't as important as how you use that information to educate, motivate, and move people. If you put time, effort, and heart into mastering this skill, you will see how your words take on new meaning and power. There are a lot of things we can mean without saying a word. Our body language, such as our posture, facial expressions, movements, and how we use space, is just as clear and strong as what we say. Being aware of what our gestures say, how our posture can affect how confident and open we seem, and how our closeness can either bring people closer together or separate them, is the first step to mastering our nonverbal communication. For example, look someone in the eye. Keeping a steady but gentle gaze on the people in the crowd builds a personal connection that makes them feel seen and appreciated. It is a strong way to make sure that your message gets through in a clear and personal way. On the other hand, our posture says a lot about how open and sure of ourselves we are. When you stand up straight with your shoulders back and your back straight, you show that you are confident and ready to talk. On the other hand, a closed or hunched stance can show that you are pulling away or aren't sure what to do. And then there's the use of space. Moving purposefully around the stage or classroom can energize your presentation and keep the attention focused. However, it's vital that every movement has a purpose, avoiding unnecessary distractions. Walking towards the audience at key moments can intensify the feeling of closeness and intimacy. To cultivate these skills, practice in front of a mirror or record your presentations. Observe not only what you say, but how your body speaks. Ask for feedback from colleagues or friends, specifically focusing on nonverbal aspects. Objective feedback is invaluable for growth. Advanced nonverbal communication is an art and a science. Ultimately, these aspects of your presentation not only enhance the way you deliver your message, but also how it is received and remembered. Remember, what you don't say can speak as loudly as your words. As we get close to the end of a talk, we have a one-of-a-kind chance to leave a lasting impression on the people who are listening. Welcome to the part where we talk about how to write an effective ending. We will talk about why the end of your presentation is not just a goodbye, but a crucial time for connection and persuasion in our last few minutes together. A good ending can be the thing that gets people to act, the memory that lasts, or the spark that starts a change. In the end, don't think of it as the end. Instead, see it as the start of something new for your viewers. This is your last chance to make your main point clear, to motivate and to urge people to act. The next question is how to make this moment so strong and memorable that it makes people want to act, change, or believe. Together, we will talk about how to structure your endings so they really hit home, how to use storytelling and persuasion to your advantage, and how every word, pause, and image can come together to make a closing that not only ends your presentation, but also gives people who heard you a whole new set of options. First element, effective recap. For our message to endure, we must first ensure that it has been understood. Starting our conclusion with a brief and powerful recap of the most important points guarantees that our audience retains the core of our speech. Second element, emotional connection. Decisions, both big and small, are driven by emotions. Reinforcing the emotional connection with our audience in the final moments can be the spark that drives action. Share a personal story, an emotional testimony, or an inspiring vision that resonates with the hearts of your listeners. Third, there should be a clear call to action. Mobilization is the end result of persuasion. At the end, we should include a clear, detailed, and compelling call to action. We must carefully and passionately lead the audience to the next step, whether we want them to change their lives, support a cause, or learn more about a subject. When writing your ending, think about how your audience is different from others. Make your call to action relevant and powerful by making it fit their wants and interests. Also, don't forget that being real is your best friend. If you send a real word, it can move mountains. Not only does a strong conclusion end a show, it starts to change people's lives in a way that lasts. When you combine these three important parts, a summary, an emotional connection, and a call to action, you become more than just a speaker. You become a change maker. As we close this chapter of our journey together, it is essential to reflect on the power that lies in communicating our ideas with clarity and conviction. We have explored strategies to capture attention, connect emotionally, and persuade our audience. Now, the crucial question is, what will you do with this knowledge? The art of influencing through words is a skill we all possess, waiting to be perfected and deployed. I invite you to let this moment be not just another point in your learning, but a springboard to action. Let every conversation, every presentation, every opportunity to speak reflect your passion, purpose, and power to influence change. So here's a simple thing you can do. Start with something small, like a meeting, a conversation with a friend, or a talk in your community. Use a trick, a plan, or some of the tips you've learned here. Feel the change and see what happens. Then keep building from there. Remember that getting good at public speaking is a 1,000-mile trip that starts with one step. I want you to take that step today. Talk to persuade, motivate, and change. Tell your story when you do. Let your journey give hope to others, as we hope ours has done for you today. I want you to take the next step and share your voice, your thoughts, and your goals. Do not wait for the ideal time. Make that time with your drive and desire to communicate. People around the world need to hear what you have to say. Thanks for being a part of this special show. Stay tuned to our station and share this journey with other people who want to leave their mark through words like you. Until the next time, keep talking, keep motivating, and most of all, keep having an impact. As we come to the end of our journey into the secrets of speaking with power and persuasion, I want you to think about what we've learned. Communication isn't just what we say, it's also how we make people feel, what links we make, and how we affect what happens. You've learned some timeless ideas today that can change the way you talk to people. These secrets are not just for a small group of people. Anyone who wants to learn and use them can. If you learn how to persuade people, you can get them to do things, change their minds, and lead with clarity and conviction. Take these ideas to heart and use them in the way you deal with people every day. Make sure your words are clear, that you understand them, and that you are honest in how you say them. Remember that your words have the power to change things, whether you're giving a speech, running a team meeting, or just chatting with a friend. Thank you for making the effort to learn this important skill. Let's keep working on our skills. Give others power through good communication and make positive changes in our personal and business lives. Making a choice is the first step towards speaking with power and persuasion. Your commitment to greatness is the next step.